What's up, guys? Nate Petrosky from Narrowway Homestead, hanging out down here at the pond. This is my recording studio for the day. I'm going to do a comment response. I've never done a long format comment response video. I love to do the short format comment responses. I like the interaction. It's just kind of cool. The reason I don't usually record here is because I've always used my phone mic. Now I've got some other kind of microphone, so we're going to see how that does. You know, just windiness and everything else causes issues. But let's throw it up on the screen here and get into it. First of all, I appreciate anybody that leaves me a long comment. Like, it's so cool. I'm so used to the short comments and you can't ever fit anything in. I was able to get the whole gist of the comment just by having enough context, but I'll get into it. What I said about people warning me or having concerns, the first time I've seen you be spiteful and a little mean. All right, well, I wasn't actually talking about commenters. Don't want to end up lonely and miserable like all the others, but not who are commenting about Will. I'm not at all referring to my community and people that are commenting on my videos. There are people that are lonely and miserable that never give anybody a chance in life. They're just looking out for them. Number one, they've been burned too many times. I completely resonate with wanting to feel that way. I kind of want to just be like, never interact with anyone ever again, like a lot of the time. And I just make myself do it. You know, so, you know, you get hurt by previous situations and then you're just like, what's the point? So I resonate with that feeling, but that's who I'm referring to. I've met older folks that are just nasty and mean to like everyone around them. Just angry, spiteful. Their kids don't come to visit them. They're just by themselves. And sometimes they don't even seem that nasty all the time. I've worked for a lot of older folks as a contractor, and you could just kind of tell like these people had no friends. And they did nothing, and they were just kind of, but you know, they'd tell stories about how, you know, they used to trust people, but then like, you just can't trust people these days, or you can't trust anyone. And like, I understand where that comes from. And if you trust people, you're going to get burned, period. So like, it's a very valid way to feel and a very valid concern. Good for you that you already have a good woman and a whole family and farm. Your life is already fulfilled. People already think you're a good person who's matured and learned good lessons the hard way. Yeah, I would say so. It's pretty awesome. I'm very happy with my current stage in life. Really, I wish people wouldn't think I was a good person who's matured. Like, it just puts a lot of pressure on me. Like, I'm going to continue to make really dumb mistakes. Like, I've made all kinds of mistakes in my life, and well, I've learned things from them. I haven't learned everything there is to learn in life. If you live to be 1,000 years old, I still don't think you'd learn all of life's lessons that you probably should. But yeah, I'm good with where I'm at. I've had other people out here to assist me with projects. If you've been following my channel, particularly on TikTok for a long time, you've seen people come and go, and some people were just awesome and I wish they'd come back, but you know, they have lives and families, and like, obviously that's not gonna happen. A lot of people that have come and done certain projects, and I'm very careful to give people credit. Like, I don't want to do something or have someone else do something and then me say, hey, this was all me. Nobody helped me with this at all. There are some times where it's kind of like that because not everybody wants to be on camera. Some people are very opposed to this, so I really can't give credit sometimes. But for the most part, I try to give people credit. That means they usually show up in videos, or at least talked about in videos, like, somebody did this for me. And one of the issues is with a number of people that have been out here is the drama that comes with the help they brought. I spend more time dealing with the drama and nonsense than if I'd have just done every single manual task myself. And that's just the reality of it. It seems like it shouldn't be that way, but I mean, there's been some crazy stuff. I've had some friends, definitely former friends now, came and like left trash everywhere after they left, threw a chair at my friend when I wasn't around, like just absolutely disrespecting some other people that I allow to be here. Just, you know, I can't tell you how many vehicles have been stuck out here. I try to tell people this clay is no joke, and they're like, yeah, I'm a good driver and stuff, and literally driving off my driveway, which there's no excuse for except for the fact that you literally cannot steer a vehicle. It's the only way you drive off my driveway. And they're always scared of the cliff, so they fall into ditch and then crush the culverts, which is one of the projects I have Will working on, is fixing a crushed culvert. We actually just got it out. I got my hands dirty, guys. I didn't let Will do every bit of that project. I helped him for like 5 minutes. But yeah, it's just, and so like him doing that is literally a result of somebody else who couldn't drive slipped into the ditch, and then they get stuck, and then I got to call a neighbor, and then there's, you know, tractors involved or a skid loader or whatever it is to bring them out. But anyway, let's go back to the comment again. Apparently I haven't learned my lesson good enough. You've already been down this road. You've already paid a huge price for trusting people, and those people are your own spouse and family and people who had control over your life. Yeah, yeah, that, I don't even know what to say. I mean, that was incredibly impactful on my life, possibly something that had one of the biggest impacts on my life. Oftentimes negative things will impact you more than positive things. It's just the way it works. Yeah, that happened. But flipping over to the other side, like, I don't want to be that reserved person that just doesn't let anyone into their life because all other people are bad and they're just going to like cause me issues and everything else. That's not the answer. So this comment is in relation to Will coming out and helping me out, and like, why would I take this risk when everything in my life seems good? And it's really to help him out. And I'm not, you know, I barely knew the guy. I don't even know, I know a little better now, but I don't even totally know like what ways I can help him the most. Like it's a total like random thing. So yeah, now you're getting intimately and personally involved with a total stranger, and you think you're being somehow wise but gracious, helping them out, and you can't accept other people's fears are legitimate and grounded in reality. They're grounded in your own past. Absolutely. Those are very valid fears and things to be concerned with. And I am always, with all new relationships, with all these types of interactions, I have fears about it. They talk about overcoming your fears. Well, that only goes so far. Like, you know, overcoming my fears of jumping off a bridge, that'd be dumb, like unless I have a parachute or something. But if you have a way where you don't think you can get burned too badly, and you're like totally convinced of it, but yet you're still fearful, that's the type of fear you should overcome. And so that's the fear I'm overcoming. Like, Will coming out here could end up being something that's not good for me. If it's not good for me, a relationship isn't going to part awesomely, and he's going to feel like it wasn't good for him, and it'll be bad for everyone involved. I don't think that's going to happen. And he's only been here like not even a week, but I don't think it's going to happen that way. If I did, obviously he wouldn't be here. So yeah, they're valid fears. Everybody's concerned, totally valid. Like, I'm not ignoring it. I am just proceeding with caution. It's about the best way I can say it. I don't think this was a hater comment. Again, they were able to type a full comment on some other platforms. And this, I of course wish and hope for everything to go well. I truly mean that. I just can't shake off these worries. I feel like I'm watching tragedy come toward you from a mile away, and you're not getting out of the way. Instead, you're throwing shade at people who are concerned for you for good reasons with no ill intent. These comments aren't meant to bring you down or hinder you in any way. I agree. I don't think people warning me about this situation are hater comments. I believe they have, at least most of them, have good intentions, and they're valid concerns to be concerned about it. But humanity is just, people aren't made to be alone. Like, people are social beings. They're made to be in groups. Does that mean like 500 people should be in an elevator? No, like, spread out a little bit, you know, get some land and stuff, but don't just shun every other human on the planet. Or like, there's like tons of people on this planet, and you don't have to interact with all of them. You can pick and choose. And in a rural area, you have less people to choose from, but I still have way more people to choose from than I could ever actually be good friends with. That's just the way it works. People do better in groups. Like, I moved away from cities. I love living out here like this. I don't hate cities. I think cities are great. I mean, look what I've built. Like, just a couple buildings out of miscellaneous pallets and stuff. And like, yeah, look what people in cities have built. There's skyscrapers. There's like amazing stuff, incredible architecture, systems, technology. The ultimate homestead, like if I could live like forever and had like 500 hours in a day, by the time I was done building, I'd end up having a city here. I'll never get that to that point because I'll just, quite frankly, die before it ever happens. But yeah, it's crazy, but it's just, you know, if you really had the endless time and you didn't limit yourself by technology to build up a homestead, you'd end up building a mini city. I'm kind of have a mini city, however, it's just, you know, for me and a couple guests occasionally, and you know, me and Jen. Other than that, I have no intentions of having anyone live here. But yeah, I respect what has been done in cities and what has been built and how it's cool and awesome. And yes, there's issues. There's issues here too. Like I don't typically have to worry about getting in traffic accidents or, you know, yeah. there's dangers in the cities big time. You know, what's in your tap water? Who knows? What if something electrical fails in the apartment next door and then your whole place burns down? I've got my own risks here though. Wild animals, poison ivy, fires randomly, like all kinds of stuff could happen. Yeah, he finishes with, just be safe, man, be careful. Sorry if I sound rude or anything. It's not my intent. I'm scared too. Yeah, and it's the first time, besides, you know, meeting Jen and really getting to know her, it's really the first time I've just opened the place up and like let someone come here since all those issues. It's not totally the first time. I've had people come and help out, but, and the last one, which if you watch my What the Hell Happened series, you know all about all that. There's some stuff in between then and now that I haven't gone into story time with. I'm going to. Nothing was nearly as crazy as that. But yeah, I've learned, but yet I still make myself in a somewhat vulnerable position by bringing people out. And there's liability waivers now. Like I'm pretty crazy with just making sure nobody's going to get deeded to this property. That's kind of one thing I figured out, you know. Lucky me, the people that were here before didn't decide to just make me not exist anymore, because then everything would have just been directly deeded to them. After the way it went down, I have no idea why they didn't do it that way. I think they just thought I'd caved to all their pressure. But yeah, I'm not going to put myself in a position where me disappearing from the face of the earth financially benefits somebody else. So there's certain precautions I am taking for sure. Having an attorney and paying them to draw up a custom liability waiver exactly how I want it to be, making sure it's compatible with laws. That's a thing I did, and it cost money, and I'm happy that I paid that. Yeah, be careful when you invite people out to your land. Be careful, I mean, don't ever like deed it to people that don't partially own it, and be very careful if you do deed property or you buy property with people, that there is a very clear exit strategy. Not all of our names are on the deed. It needs to be, if somebody is done, this is how everything proceeds, from cleaning up trash to anything. I can't tell you how much trash I cleaned up from the people that used to live here. Like, they left the place just absolutely trashed, junk everywhere. Like, it was, there's a lot of hours in straightening up the mess that was left behind. But yeah, all this to say, I think I've learned, but I'm still being cautiously optimistic and not trying to go to the extreme of just not wanting anything to do with people and forbidding people to ever come here, because I'll just turn into a bitter old person like I've seen other people be. I don't want to be that. So this is just part of my growth process, learning how to, you know, even though you get hurt and burned in certain ways, to move on without becoming, yeah, I don't know. It's a defense mechanism to withdraw really hard. And it's important to be very cautious, but yet if you fully withdraw the way your feelings say, that's not healthy either. Anyway, hopefully that answered and helped out with your question, your whole thing. Hopefully it clarified some things. Maybe I'll do some more of these, we'll see. Just depends whether I read a comment and it just if I can really see a true intent, like I don't think this person is hating at all. I think they're genuinely concerned, and I can see that intent in the way they carefully typed it out. So it got a video response. Not every comment's going to be able to get one. I don't have that kind of time, but appreciate your comment. Hopefully that helps clarify some stuff. Whether you agree with me, think I'm doing good or not, or otherwise, totally put it in the comments. That's fine. Constructive criticism is not something I'm opposed to. I've been doing this long enough that it's pretty easy to tell constructive criticism versus haters, and you can just kind of get an idea. So hopefully this was helpful. If anyone else was feeling this way, hopefully this helped you understand where I'm coming from. I want to help Will out. I want both of us to part ways as friends and see this as a good, beneficial relationship. We're setting our boundaries. We're figuring out our terms, making sure everything's square. And in this 2-week trial period, which we're not even at week 1 yet, I told Will I will, if it's not working out for any reason, like I'm the one that said, yes, you could come here. So I will fully pay what it costs you to get here, and I will pay you to get to your next destination, so he loses nothing out of pocket. And that's a small financial risk I have taken. You know, if it doesn't work out, if he wasn't who he said he was, all kinds of stuff. You know, so I could be out some money that way, but it's worth the risk to see if this whole thing is going to be good. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.